We're talking to an icon in the fight against the New World Order. You have these kings, these queens, the top 30 richest families, all meeting, and he's snuck in, he's stolen their minutes. I've infiltrated, I've covered it. And it's world government. This is the group. And they tried to deny, oh, there's no secret group, there's no New World Order. And now they openly announce, okay, we're going to have a global treasury run by the private banks. We will levy the taxes. They've got all their banker spokesmen from England to Europe to Iceland to Greece to the U.S. saying we've got to raise your taxes and we're going to cut your services. Everything goes to the banks. Remember, they made all this money up out of nothing through the private Federal Reserve System and similar central banks. They had an article a month ago in all the major papers in Australia. And the headlines were, in fact, pull it up, put it on screen, bank heads meet in secret in Australia. And you list the names, it's all Bilderberg Group members. So they have other meetings, but this is their central mafia godfather commission meeting. I don't want to glaze over this, Jim, and then we're going to let you go because I know you're a busy guy. You mentioned on their agenda is the IMF from your source, and this is also now in the news, as the world treasury. And how angry are they about their Copenhagen Treaty, where the private banks would levy taxes on us and run our lives, being exposed by ClimateGate?
They're angry if you ever hear one word spoken or see one word printed about Bilderberg. They're angry. They were used to, for 20 years, they're used to absolute secrecy. But their commitment to turning the International Monetary Fund into a World Treasury Department is unabated. They, a year ago in Greece, they came up with that plan to exploit the economic stress around the world to get the world to accept a World Treasury Department, of which the IMF was to evolve. And they're still committed to that, even though they were frustrated in their efforts to impose it right away. So we still have that one to fight. We're winning it so far, but we must never stop fighting.
Now, Jim, every time I've had you on, I've asked you to really scan your memory, from your Bilderberg sources. We'll just leave it at that. Anything else we should know about this area of Spain, or what else is going to be on their agenda, or anything else that we know they're concerned about?
No, I've exhausted the preliminary information I have. Of course, I'll have a lot more when I get there, because now I'm getting a lot of help, not only from European newspapers, but from some of the some high officials themselves who come forward privately to provide information. So we'll have a lot more as the time goes by. But I've just got exhausted the preliminary information I now have.
And you're going again. So this is 30-plus Bilderberg Group meetings that you have covered.
Yes.
It's got to be satisfying to go from people laughing at you to now Bilderberg being in hundreds of publications a year.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
It's got to be satisfying, Jim, to have worked on this so long.
I can't hear you.
Jim?
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Jim, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I think we have to give up. I can't hear you.
All right, let him go. Let him go. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, Jim's regular phone line, you couldn't even hear him, and then his cell phone, cell phones sometimes drop. I want to say bye to him, but I don't know how he keeps doing it. I mean, I saw him a few years ago at Bilderberg in Virginia, and he'd be trying to get up out of a chair, and his hips were hurting him so bad. He's a tough old bird, but that guy just keeps going. And he has a lot more energy once he gets to Bilderberg. He getting chased around by secret police in Greece. That's some amazing footage. That's all covered in Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement. Well, actually, that part, that's Canada and then Istanbul, Turkey. I guess we've got clips of what he's doing in the Obama deception from one of the other Bilderberg Group meetings.